Yeah, I'm grateful that the panel's here, and I want to thank you for taking time. As the chairman knows, I wrote a letter to the secretary yesterday, disappointed in his choice of words, and I want you to know that I don't hold anybody here on this panel responsible for the poor choice of words that were made by the secretary yesterday. In fact, I was going to let it go until I got this note here from his office, from the secretary himself, prior to this hearing. And without reading all of it, if I may, Mr. Chairman, it said, I would like the Senator Heller to focus on substantive issues and not on what I said yesterday. And frankly, I think what he said yesterday and what he said about the VA claims backlog is a substantive issue, and I think most on the panel today would agree with that. I'd like to share something of a text that I received yesterday from a veteran. In response to the letter that I sent, he says, give them hell, Dean. So for the amount of money they're paid, they should get in line like the veterans and see how they like it. Now, this particular veteran served in the Korean War. He was a Marine, one of the chosen few. He was also happened to be the state treasurer of Nevada. His name's Mr. Ken Santor. Secretary Gibbons, I didn't hear your comments. I apologize for being late when I came in, but would you tell me how the secretary would respond to Mr. Santor if he were in the room today?
Anyone that knows Bob McDonald knows that he would not, for an instant, entertain any kind of a notion of diminished importance for timely access to care for veterans. Bob was trying to make a point about service quality. I think the analogy was not a good analogy, not a good point of comparison. As I read to this committee, before you arrived, sir, verbatim quote of mine when I was the acting secretary in July of 2014, where I noted the fact that having a single wait time standard for care in the largest integrated healthcare organization in America really didn't make a whole lot of sense. And that I fully expected over time what we would be doing is very much like private sector healthcare, migrating toward much more of a focus on patient satisfaction around access, which is precisely what we've been in the process of doing. That's not with disregarding wait times. Where we are intensely more focused on wait times has to do around the urgent care needs of our veterans. You know, we could say every single veteran gets an appointment within 30 days, and still we would fail every single veteran that needed to be seen urgently today or tomorrow. It's that kind of a single wait time standard, a single number of days, isn't meaningful, and that's why you don't see private sector healthcare organizations managing access to care in that way. They look principally at the satisfaction of their patients. And so what we're trying to do is to focus very intensively on access. Wait times are very important, where we're trying to ensure that timely access to urgent care services are required. You can look at the laundry list. The number one priority of the entire department right now is improving access to care. We are committed to making primary care services available on a same-day basis at every single medical center across the country. We're doing that today in 34 different medical centers. We've committed to mental health evaluations on a same-day basis. We've committed to seamless care for veterans who may be traveling or who are seeking care or prescription refill at a facility that's not their regularly registered facility. We're training 25,000 schedulers across the organization. We're rolling out new scheduling software. We are completely changing the healthcare enrollment process. By July, a veteran, either by telephone or online, will be able to complete the entire enrollment process and in most instances be able to get an answer almost immediately. Since the beginning of this fiscal year, every newly enrolled veteran, there have been about 200,000 so far this year, receive a phone call from VA welcoming them to VA, asking if they want to get an appointment scheduled, helping them identify the nearest medical facility where the care they need is offered, and introducing them to their other benefits. And veterans are rating that experience almost perfectly, 4.9 out of 5. This is the way we're approaching this, trying to look at everything we do from the perspective of the veteran to give the veteran the very best care experience we can give. And so the point Bob was trying to make had to do with all of that is about a lot more than wait times. But wait times are still important, and we've still got a lot of work to do about improving access to
Mr.
care.
Gibson, I appreciate your comments. You got to understand that I'm a little sensitive on this particular topic. I come from a state that had the worst wait times when it came to benefits. We were at our regional office was one of the worst in the country just a few years ago, and good improvements have been made. But we have 300,000 veterans in the state of Nevada, and you can imagine the sensitivity of comments similar to that.
In the month of April, 3,143 veterans completed appointments that were over 30 days. That's too long.
Yeah.
Now, there were 68,000 completed appointments that were under 30 days. But again, the 30-day standard, it's for a lot of those veterans that got it quicker than 30 days, we still might have let them down because they may have needed to be seen sooner.
Yeah.
And that's the goal that we're after. It's got to be from the veteran's perspective. We can't do this from the inside out. We've got to do it from the outside in. And that's what we're trying to put in place.
Thank you very much.